Okay, we're going to take a look at how to divide whole numbers, and when we divide whole numbers, we need to remember some of the language of division. And the language of division is that you're going to have a divisor, then you're going to have a dividend, and then you're going to have a quotient, and that's going to be a Q, quotient, and then you're going to have a remainder. And sometimes you don't have a remainder in all cases, but if you do have a remainder, it's whatever's left over. So that's going to be, those are going to be some of the four principal words that we're going to be using when we describe our dividing of whole numbers. And so here's what a divisor is: a dividend. A dividend, well, let's just start out with a dividend. Dividend is divided into the divisor. So the dividend goes into here, and then you're going to have the quotient. It's going to be what you call the answer. It's going to be the answer to the problem. And then you have your remainder, and your remainder would be anything that's left over. It's the part of the dividend that's left undivided. It's the part of the dividend, and let me see if I can get that up there, that's left undivided. That's left. And that would be left undivided. So that's pretty much how that's going to go. Now, when we talk about dividing, really it's more important to actually have numbers that we're working with. So let's take a number that we can use that may be a pretty easy number that for the 7th grade it may be easy, it may be difficult, depends on your level right here. But let's take this one here, 5, 7, 2, 3, and we're going to divide it into this large number here, 3, 2, 8, 8, 6, 2. And let's see if we can call that number off. Let's first take this number here, 5,723, and then we're going to see how many times 5,723 goes into 328,862. Okay, and let's see how we can do that. Now, with this, it might be surprising that large numbers are just as easy to divide as small numbers are. So all we really need to know is how many times do I think that 5,000, a number really that's really close to 6,000, can actually go into this 328,862. And that's the real question that we're asking. And I would recommend that we take the first 5 digits and look at them as one number by itself. So that would be, if I was going to take that, I would just take this part of the number first, and then see if I can get 5,723 into something like 32,886. Well, let's see how many times that goes in there. Well, if I multiplied 5,723 times the number, let's guess, I think about 5. I'm just really guessing. I think this is going at about 5 times. But if I multiply it 5 times this, and I want to check it out, if you had a calculator, you can do it a lot faster. But anyway, if I multiplied that, that's going to end up being something like 28,615. That's what that number is going to come out to be. Okay, but you know, we need a calculator in order to do that. So anyway, you're going to just trust me with that. It's 28,615, and I'm going to put it down here. And I'm going to, of course, do my subtraction. And those of you who've seen this done before have seen it many, many times. We're going to subtract those numbers right there. And that's going to give me the number, well, let's see. We're going to get this number here, 2. We're going to 2. And if I subtract this here, it's going to be 1. And this number is going to be 7. And this is going to be 2. And this is going to be 4. So, and that's 2 right there. So that's 0. Okay, so that's going to be 42,712 rather. And that's what we're going to do. Now I need to know how many times does 5,723 go into 42,712? Well, it's going to be 7. It goes in there 7 times because if I multiply 5,723 times 7, it's going to come out to be this number, 40,061. Okay, so that's what that'll be. And if that's 40,061, I'm going to take that number, 40,061, and subtract that from 42,712. And when I do that, I'm going to end up getting 2,651. And so that'll be my remainder because, see, I can't take 5,000 and put it into that. So this remainder is going to be, that's going to be 1. That'll be my remainder, 2651. And so that's how we do that.